You are listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report, episode 165.1, our daily report on high school, college, and professional sports in Central Indiana, with a little bit of national news. Today, co-hosted by producer Susie.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengels.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you've chosen to listen to the Central Indiana Sports Report, we're proud of you for making good decisions. Today is February 1st, 2025. It's a Saturday, so it's another day for the Central Indiana Sports Report. I'm your host, Greg Mengelton. I love Central Indiana sports, coming to you today from headquarters in Jeffersonville, alongside producer Susie, who is going to take it away. Take it away, Susie.
Thank you, Greg. We have lots of boys basketball from the area and region coming up. It was the final night of the girls basketball regular season, and IU and Purdue played for the 220th time Friday. We'll have the results and highlights from all of it, and a look ahead at Saturday's scheduled highlights. But first, please like, subscribe, follow, whatever you know the routine on your favorite platform. Please tell a friend and spread the word. We start with boys basketball. In the CIC, Eastbrook pulled off the upset of the night, knocking Blackford from the ranks of the CIC unbeaten with a 53-40 home win Friday. That leaves Oak Hill as the only conference unbeaten team. However, the Bruins still hold their destiny in their own hands. They host Oak Hill on February 14th and would force a tie atop the league standings, with a win over the Golden Eagles. Oak Hill improved to 5-0 in the CIC with a 66-52 win over Madison Grant, their sixth consecutive win overall and their ninth win in the last 10 games. Jace Tonigal and RJ Schugert combined 49 points in the win. Xavier Yagi paced Madison Grant with 15. Frankton is 6-8 after a 53-22 win at Elwood. It's the Eagles' 16th straight win over the Panthers. Mississinewa dominated Alexandria in a 62-32 win in Gas City Friday. The Indians are now 8-7 overall and tied with Frankton in third place at 3-2 in the CIC. In the Central Indiana Sports Report Game of the Night, Hamilton Heights won 55-54 at rival Tipton Friday for its first win over the Devils since 2021. Tipton star Grady Carpenter got 2 shots in the final seconds but couldn't connect. Heights is now 9-6 after its 5th win in the last 6 games. They were led by senior Gavin Saunders, 24 points and 9 rebounds. He was 4 for 7 from behind the 3-point stripe. Junior Reese Knapp added 11 points, and Carpenter finished with 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists for the 10-5 Blue Devils. Also in the Hoosier Conference, 3A number 1 Guerin Catholic won its 10th game in a row, 67-31 against Lafayette Central Catholic. Guerin outscored the Knights 28-5 in the third quarter. Bryson Cardinal scored 21 and Jake Grissom had 18 for the Golden Eagles.
That's the son of Brian Cardinal, by the way.
Yes.
Your all-time favorite Boilermaker, I believe.
That is true. West Lafayette is 14-3 after beating Twin Lakes 71-44 for its 6th consecutive victory. 4 Red Devils scored in the double figures in the win, led by junior Ben Worth's 14. Our only independent, Lapel, continues to pick up solid win after win, beating Eastern Hancock 60-53 on the road Friday. It's the 6th win in the last 7 games for the 10-5 Bulldogs. They were led by Brody Judge's 20 points. Quinn Wilkins added 12 and Devin Craig 9 points in the win. Shout out to Jay Wilkins. In the Hoosier Heartland, Sheridan reclaimed the league in the HC with a stunning 68-34 win over 2A number 9 Taylor. Again, not stunning at all that Sheridan won the game, but 34 points? What a performance. Caleb Wright scored 11 points and passed his head coach, Bill Bowen, to move into the school's top 5 scoring list. The Blackhawks are now 12-3 overall and 6-1 in the HHC. Taylor, Clinton Prairie, and Carroll all have one conference loss. Delphi won 59-49 at Tri Central. Delphi has won 4 of its last 5. Rossville is 12-5 after its 5th straight win, 58-56 over Eastern in Greentown. Sophomore Braden Thielhahn improved his scoring average to over 20 points per game with a 31-point performance. He was 10 for 16 from the field and made 6 of his 10 three-point attempts. He also had 10 rebounds. Class A, number 9 Carroll extended its winning streak to 5 with a 60-27 win at North White. In the NCC, 4A, number 5 Anderson remains on top after a 76-64 home win over Marion. The Indians are now 14-1 and have won 10 in a row and are now 2-0 in the NCC, the only unblemished mark in that conference. Marion is 6-8 and have lost 7 in a row and have been eliminated from the NCC race. No worries, the Giants will still be favorites come sectional time. Lafayette Jeff eliminated Kokomo from the NCC race with a 48-47 victory Friday in Lafayette. Kokomo made 4 of their 25 shots from the three-point line in the loss. Senior Zion Bellamy led the Wildcats with 15 points. Jeff Senior Alonzo Clausen-Smith had a game-high 25 points. In the Hoosier Heritage, number 3 Greenfield Central handed Pendleton Heights its 5th consecutive loss, 73-40 Friday in Greenfield. Braylon Mullins finished with 25. The Cougars improved to 14-2 overall and 6-0 in the HHC. And head coach Luke Meredith earned his 100th career head coaching victory. Sophomore Brant Gray led Pendleton with 10, junior Hayden Fox scored 9, and junior Ashan Singh had 8 points and 8 rebounds. Class 3A number 5 New Pal stayed in the HHC race with a 90-61 win over Yorktown. The 15-2 Dragons got 27 points from star Julius Jeezy. Wapahani beat Delta for the second time in 2 weeks, 44-38. The 2A number 3 Raiders beat the Eagles 43-38 in the opening round of the Delaware County Tournament on January 15th. Almost the exact same score.
I was hoping that he'd miss his free throw in the last second, so it would be the exact same score. I'm weird like that.
Yeah. Nate Luce scored 20 and Eli Andrews 14 for the Raiders. Delta is now 11-3 and was led by 11 points from Jordan Fernie and 10 from Cooper Bratton. Also in the Mid-Eastern Conference, Daleville won 86-32 at Union. In the girls-boys doubleheader, the Broncos outscored Union 138-57. West Dell earned a 64-49 home win over Randolph Southern. Monroe Central ran past Blue River 75-38. In the Three Rivers Conference, Northwestern is 6-1 in conference play after a strong 60-39 win at Southwood. The 9-5 Tigers got 20 points from Connor Bunyan, 14 from Hayden Cook, and 10 from Brock Shank. Josiah Ball scored 34 points in 3A number 14 Maconaquah's 72-34 win over Cass. Rochester beat out Northfield 60-44. Rochester was 18 for 23 at the foul line in the win. In the Pioneer, University ended Anderson Prep's 4-game winning streak with a 80-52 win. Seton Catholic won 77-43 at Burris. Senior Gavin Mitchell led the Owls with 16 points on 7 of 8 shooting. In Hamilton County, Fishers is 17-0 after a 77-53 win over Franklin Central. Millen McCartney and Cooper Zachary scored 18 points apiece to lead the top-ranked Tigers. Noblesville outscored rival Hamilton Southeastern 16-7 in the third quarter to take control in a 54-49 victory. Both offenses were balanced. Baron Walker led Noblesville with 14, and Lucas Weimer led the Royals with the same. Carmel beat 10th ranked Ben Davis 38-35. In the Indy metro area, Brownsburg triumphed 62-42 over Zionsville. A couple other scores that may be of interest. Warren Central knocked off 4A number 15 North Central 55-50. Bluffton edged out Jay County 47-46. Tri topped Winchester 38-36. And number 7 Warsaw beat out Northwood 61-49.
They sawed the wood. They saw the wood.
They saw the wood.
They did. We should have said that.
We should have said that.
Warsaw the Northwood.
Yeah, everybody got it.
Okay.
We got it.
Got it. Thank you.
Moving on now to girls basketball. It was the final night of the girls basketball regular season, with the postseason beginning Tuesday. We hope to have our girls postseason preview sometime Monday evening or Tuesday morning at the latest. Friday in the local and regional girls basketball, Eastbrook finished its regular season 7-13 after a 43-19 win over Blackford in Friday's regular season finale. Hoosier Heartland champions Sheridan completed the conference unbeaten and completed the regular season 21-1 with 19 straight wins after Friday's 49-6 win over Taylor.
I believe that's their most wins Sheridan's ever had, 21.
The 2A number 11 Blackhawks led 39-2 at the half. Senior Kenzie Garner led Sheridan with 20 points, and sophomore Brielle Garner, her cousin, had 13. Delphi won 45-37 at Tri-Central. The Oracles outscored TC 17-7 in the fourth quarter. Daleville beat Union 52-26 for its 13th win of the season. In the Three Rivers Conference, Northwestern won 48-44 at Southwood. Lewis Cass topped Maconaquah 47-42, and Wabash claimed a share of the conference championship with a 53-48 win over rival North Miami. Senior Brooklyn Buzzard led the 18-4 Apaches with 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 steals. Class A number 8 Lafayette Central Catholic beat Guerin Catholic 58-33. It's the 19th win of the season for the Knights. 2A number 9 Northeastern,
Also the Knights, by the way,
closed its regular season 22-1 and with 7 straight wins, with a 70-11 win over Cambridge City. Fishers beat out Franklin Central 44-35. Huntington North beat DeKalb 35-30. Lawrence North topped Pike 69-39. North Central beat out Warren Central 71-29. And 4A number 7 Brownsburg beat Zionsville 65-50. In last night's Boilermakers versus Hoosiers, Trey Kaufman-Wren made a hook shot in the lane with 11 left to give Purdue an 81-76 victory over rival Indiana Friday night at Mackey Arena. IU led 76-75 with 29 seconds left after Trey Galloway made back-to-back buckets. But the Boilermakers went to Kaufman-Wren, who finished with 23 points, and his bucket put Purdue ahead for good. Miles Rice's attempt to retake the lead was blocked by Shakari Harris, and Kaufman-Wren and Lawyer made free throws to put the game away. The best player in America, Braden Smith, finished with 24 points, 7 assists, 6 steals, and played every second of the win. It was a strong performance from the Hoosiers, especially sophomore Mackenzie Mbako, who finished with 25 points, and Luke Goody and Trey Galloway off the bench. Galloway finished with 15 points and 5 assists. Purdue won despite going 2 for 13 from the three-point line, and the Hoosiers competed in spite of 20 turnovers. IU led 41-37 at the half and 67-61 with 5:36 left in the contest. The 10th ranked Boilermakers are now 17-5 and 9-2 in the Big Ten after their 9th win in the last 10 games. They go to 13-8 Iowa at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. IU is now 14-8 and will try to snap a 3-game losing streak at number 17 Wisconsin Tuesday at 9 p.m. Both games can be watched on the Peacock app. In college baseball, Taylor University fell to 3-2 after a 9-0 loss to Ottawa University in Surprise, Arizona Friday. The Trojans played 2 more against Ottawa Saturday in Surprise. Surprise. And now here's Greg with Saturday's highlights.
Wrestling sectionals are on Saturday locally at Elwood, Oak Hill, Jay County, Delta, and Frankfort. Oak Hill is a 31-time sectional championship and the defending champion at Oak Hill. Noblesville is the reigning champ at Elwood. Delta had won the sectional last year at Delta, which it typically does. It's won 21 total and 3 straight. And Belmont is the reigning champion at Jay County. Belmont is a 46-time sectional champion and a 3-time state champion. And Hamilton Southeastern won its first sectional championship in 9 years last year at Frankfort. Lots of boys basketball games on Saturday. Here are some that we will be keeping our eye on. The big one of the night, the Central Indiana Sports Report game of the night, in fact, is 11-3 Oak Hill at 10-5 Lapel. Oak Hill has won 6 in a row and 9 of its last 10. Lapel has won 4 straight and 6 of its last 7. 7-9 Tri-Centrals at 6-8 Frankton. 7-7 Adams Central visits 10-4 Tipton. Class A number 10 Clinton Prairie goes to 10-6 Western. Clinton Prairie's won 4 in a row and 11 of its last 12. 9-5 Northwestern has won 3 in a row and goes to Class A number 9 Carroll, which is 12-2 and has won 5 in a row. And 8-7 Lawrence Central will try to end Anderson's 10-game winning streak. Anderson is at home and is at 14-1 on the year. The Indiana Pacers host the Atlanta Hawks at 5 o'clock with a chance to go 7 games over 500 for the first time this season. They're tied for 4th in the East with Milwaukee at 26-20. Atlanta is 9th at 22-26. But the Hawks have lost 7 games in a row and recently lost future star Jalen Johnson for the season. Ball State's men look to bounce back from an ugly home loss to Western Michigan on Tuesday when they visit 7-13 Buffalo at 5. That game can be seen on ESPN+. And Ball State's women look to make it 11 wins in a row when they play 6-14 Western Michigan at 6:30 Saturday at Worthen Arena. That game is also on ESPN+. Don't forget, girls basketball sectionals start Tuesday, and we will have a preview for you sometime early next week. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And now you know everything we know about Central Indiana sports. Thanks for listening. Thanks to Susie for filling in while I'm feeling a bit under the weather. But thanks most of all to you for listening. Like Susie said earlier, please go like, subscribe, follow, blah, blah, blah. Tell a friend. You know the drill by now. Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media. And I love Susie.